Welcome to day 5 of the challenge. So today we are going to drill down into our core 4. So we're going to spend the next 4 days drilling down, doing a deeper dive into the core 4. So today we're looking at the concept of body. Okay, so in body there's 2 components. There's fitness and fuel. Now there's a couple different stages when it comes to the core 4 game. Stage 1 is to just start doing it, to just get reps. If you're not doing core 4, to just start doing it. To start with the concept that every single day I'm going to hit a single across body, being, balance, and business. And remember, when it comes to the core 4, body, being, balance, and business, these are all things that we're undertaking that are important but are not urgent, okay? It's important to exercise, but it isn't urgent. It's important to take the right kind of fuel in, but it's not urgent. Same thing with the other 3. It's important, but it's not urgent. That's why best case scenario is we are doing it first thing in the morning, because if you put it off, more than likely you're not going to do it, okay? So this is important, but it's not urgent. It's so important that we take care of our body. So the question is your body a weapon or is it an anchor? Remember, we're not doing these things just so we can put more on our checklist. We're not adding these things to our life just so we can add more things to our life. No, there is a purpose behind it. We are trying to weaponize our body. And when it comes to a scale, your body is either a fully weaponized or it is an anchor that is holding you back. Your lack of energy, your lack of focus is causing you to it's keeping you from getting to your goals. So each morning we are going to weaponize our body, okay? And we're doing that through 2 different things, through fitness and fuel. Okay, so remember, stage 1 is that we just get moving, that we're just doing something. We're just flexing the muscle of getting in the habit of I move my body, I sweat, I do something to make my body better every single day, okay? I'm 47 years old. I've gotten to the level of health and fitness where I'm at now just by starting there, just by telling myself I'm going to do something every single day that's going to make my body better, okay? So that's stage 1. And that's a really important stage, because if you don't have that habit in place, you can set all the goals you want, you can set all the targets, we can do all of this, but if you don't have that foundation of I just get up every single day and I move my body, you are screwed from the get-go, okay? So that is stage number 1, and it is crucial, it is critical that we get that groundwork, okay? So if you're not getting an A+ in that, start there, okay? It's so crucial, it's so important. Now, stage number 2 for us is that we actually learn how to tie our core 4 into our impossible game. And that's something we're going to talk about more and more as we get into this challenge. But the impossible game is a version of you 12 months from now that honestly, it's impossible, okay? Because who you are now can't get there. You're going to have to change along the way to become this version of you 12 months from now. Okay, so as we get deeper into this, we're going to learn how to set 12-month targets of who I want to be 12 months from now, and then we reverse engineer that. Okay, so for me to become that, where do I need to start right now? Okay, so where we are today, that is our frame. What we're dreaming of a year from now, that is our future or our freedom. The freedom that we're looking for in the future is right up here. But there's a gap in between, isn't there? Okay? So here's where the frame today, the future where the freedom of the future that we want to be, but then we have a gap. So that's how we reverse engineer. Okay, so for me to get there, where do I need to start? So then we come up with a monthly fire, okay? So this is my focus. This is my focus for 1 month. This is what I'm going to focus on for 1 month, okay? So then we break that down into a weekly fire. So now this is what I'm going to focus on for the next 7 days. And that's how I'm going to break that down into bite-sized pieces. Because here's the thing. Our brain will trick us out. When we get this locked in, this version of who we could become a year from now, our brain will say, well, how? How am I going to do that? You have to commit to what you're committing to, and then you will figure out how. And you have to break that up into bite-sized pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you mine. Okay, so mine is 1 year from now that I am elite. I have an elite body in cardio, in strength, and appearance. Okay, and so now I'm going to reverse engineer that. Okay, so for me, I'm 47 years old. By the time I get to this 12-month challenge, I'm going to be 28. Okay, so what is an elite body for a 48-year-old man? Okay, I've been working on this all of my life, but I want to go even further. Okay, so, and I broke that down: cardio, in strength, and appearance. And so I'm working through them in that order. Okay, so for cardio, I set my 3-month target out that I'm going to run a marathon. Okay, that was my target I set. Actually, my 12-month target I set back last October. I ran a half marathon. I said, okay, 1 year from today, I'm going to run a full marathon. Why? Because that one thing that clicks the box for me. I've looked it up. 0.17% of the world's population has completed a marathon. That, in my mind, is elite. I completed a marathon. I have accomplished an elite status in cardio. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm tying my core 4 in with that impossible game. So 4 days a week, my core 4 for fitness is running. And those other 3 days, I'm stretching, I'm making sure I'm getting my recovery in, I'm hitting the hot tub, I'm hitting ice bath, I'm doing all these things so that my fitness, my daily core 4 fitness, is tying in with my impossible game. So not only am I thinking 3 months out, I'm also thinking 6 months out. So I've already set the next target for me. So after I finish my marathon in October, then I'm giving myself another 3 months, and then I'm going to do a powerlifting meet. Why? So that I can click off that next box. I've become elite in cardio. Now I'm going to become elite in strength, proven by what? By competition, by actually going to a drug-tested, judged meet so that I can break a state record. Because here's another thing I want to tie this into. I want to tie this in with a code. What is a code? Real, raw, relevant results. Facts, feelings, focus, fruit. And here's where this ties into the first one of facts. Get real. Okay? I can sit right here right now. Oh yeah, I'm elite. I'm elite in cardio and strength and in appearance. What is that? See, that, my friends, is just an opinion. So that's why I've set quantifiable targets for me. Okay, so for what does it mean to be elite in cardio? I've said completing a marathon. That's verifiable. Okay, that's a top 1.7% of the world's population. That is elite. Okay, what would be elite for strength? I'm saying if I hold a state record in the bench press and the deadlift, that is elite. Check it off. See, that's what's so important about targets. Targets are different than goals. Goals are like, I'd like to have a six-pack, or I'd like to not be so fat. Goals are squishy. Goals are really hard to nail down. Targets are different. Targets say, I am going to accomplish this on this day. So that you want to pour nitrous oxide, you want to pour gasoline on your core 4, set targets that you are running after. It is going to light your core 4 on fire, because these are not activities that you're doing just to do. You're doing them because this is the single I need to hit today so I can get to my 12-month impossible game. Okay, so I've done this off and on for years, and I'm telling you, when you first start at it, you're gonna suck at it. Just like anything else, you've got to get the reps in. You got to get the reps in of setting targets and tying those into your core 4. Remember, stage 1 is just getting the habit of doing it. Once you've knocked that out, then you can tie your core 4 into targets. Okay, so today we're talking about body. So I have set targets for myself that I'm tying my core 4 in what? In fitness and in fuel. Okay, so because I'm running a marathon, it does not serve me well to eat crap. I have worked so hard to lose 40 pounds, so my fuel has to stay in alignment with my target. I'm not eating healthy just to eat healthy. I'm not taking my vitamins and my amino acids and all those things just to check a box. No, I'm doing those because it is going to empower me to get to my 12-month target. I'm telling you, guys, this is what's going to set your core 4 on fire. Because I don't skip it. Because I have a very powerful why attached with the what. Yes, I get up every single day and I do these 8 things. But I do these 8 things because I have a very powerful why attached to them. If I don't do them, then I have not taken the step necessary today to get to my 12-month target. It is so critical. You want to set your core 4 on fire, gentlemen? Chase an impossible version of you. Chase an impossible version of you 1 year out. And like I said, you're going to suck at this at first, but the important thing is that you just do it. Run towards a target. And here's a crazy thing. I find this out all the time. I'll set a target and I'll start running towards it, and 3 steps in, I realize I need to readjust the target, okay? I'm not going to hit it, or I set it too low, I set it too high. I have to adjust the target. Just by getting in motion, you will begin to realign your target with what's more realistic, with what you can actually accomplish, what actually matters to you, what's going to keep you going. You're going to get better and better at this, okay? So today, we're doing a deep dive into the body quadrant of Core 4. Now remember, one of our Core 4 is stacking, and so that's why it's so important that you process through what you're learning, okay? So your assignment today is to get your Warrior app out, and I want you to do a stack, okay? One of the stacks that we do when it comes to these is a discovery stack, okay? What are you discovering right now through this discussion? What are you learning through this deep dive into the body quadrant of Core 4? So that's your assignment, to get out your Warrior app and do that discovery stack on what you learned on this video, and get after doing Core 4. If you're not doing it, get after it tomorrow. Start getting in those reps of doing Core 4. Start getting in those reps of chasing a target. Okay, so you're gonna get out your app, do a discovery stack on what you learned on this video. 3, 2, 1, off you go.